Hi. I feel like based off of the readings and the discussions that we've had, I have a lot more knowledge when it comes to just communicating and teaching students that may have a disability. And I also do feel like growing up, um, the way that I was raised really also had a lot to do with how I am now and how I do interact now with people that may have a disability or may have something that they're struggling with. I consider myself a really big empath. I live putting myself in other people's shoes, and sometimes it's great because I feel like that has made me a very open-minded person, and it has helped me a lot, to not judge people right off the bat and kind of like understand their story and understand where they're coming from, and trying to help them. Also, it is sometimes bad because I find myself always feeding off people's energy and feeling bad for others, and that has also you know caused me to get screwed over by people. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's a great quality to have, and I do. My mom is the same exact way, and I feel like that's kind of the reason why I'm like that. She raised my brother and I to be very open-minded individuals, and she taught us good morals and character, and taught us not to judge the person next door, or that we're all the same no matter how you look, how you sound, um, any of that. So I do think that that has helped me and will help me a lot in the classroom setting, when educating, and when I have those students that are struggling and may have a disability. I think it'll help me tremendously. Also, in high school, I actually belonged to a club called Best Buddies, and that absolutely changed my life. That was the one of the best experiences that I had in high school, and and I had no idea what it was going into high school. Freshman year, I just signed up and I was like, you know what, this looks interesting to me. But I do have to think back to how I was raised, and that's because of how I was raised. I think that's what allowed me to be so open minded and be like, wow, this seems like a very interesting club. It's something that I want to join. And if you don't know, Best Buddies is basically just a club. I don't think all schools have it, but in my school, it's a club where you sign up and you just interact and just have different social events, and different one every year we would go to either Disney or Busch Gardens, with all the other students in the school that may have a disability. So they kind of pair you up with someone, and that's kind of your buddy, and you kind of just become friends. And it's something so normal, for us. Like, we don't have to join a club to become friends with people, but it's harder for, students with a disability to socialize. It may be harder for them to socialize and go out there and make friends. So this club makes it easier for them. And it actually, like, not only makes it easier for them, but it actually really does change you and helps you learn and grow as a person. And I'm getting a little emotional because that is like, it was just my favorite thing ever. And I actually still am in contact with my buddy, and like we're family, and we're very close, and she is like my best friend and I'm her best friend. And that club, like, I think every school should have, like, it really does change you as a person. um so yeah, I'm really excited for what the future holds as a teacher. And I know, there's struggles, and there's barriers that you overcome, and it can get very, very stressful and frustrating very easily. But I think that it's just what you make of it, as long as you know that the main focus is the student, and whatever disability that they may have, at the end of the day, like, their goal is still the same as all the other students, and they're just, they're trying to learn. It might be a little harder for them based on what disability they have, but that's why we're there, to try to like guide the path, and make it easier for them. So yeah, so I am very thankful to how I was raised, because I definitely think that that had a big part to do in um, how I see things now, how I see children with disabilities, or just a person with a disability. I really do think that how I was raised definitely shaped that in a good way.